If you look at history, duality shows up all the time. Let's say women. For so long, women were oppressed and the minority. And when they were oppressed and a minority, they didn't have an education, they weren't working. And now in 2023, women-owned businesses are blowing up. My understanding is that more women graduate from college today than men do. The script is being flipped. Welcome back to One's journey of unwinding the mind and, of course, your daily microdose. Now tune in to the latest episode of One's Journey. Today I wore my special Spread Love shirt. I think it is a perfect shirt for today's topic of duality. So a lot of times we talk about non-duality, and today I really want to focus on duality and just seeing how duality shows up in this illusion and how it is so constant and so often that we play into the duality. We really emphasize and put a lot of emotions behind the duality that occurs when in fact we know that this illusion is made of duality, so duality is going to occur. And the strong emotion does nothing for it. It doesn't change it. It doesn't make it different. It doesn't make it go away. And even on this journey back home, the closer we become to enlightenment and maybe even achieving enlightenment well on this journey, it doesn't change the fact of the duality that occurs within the illusion. It changes us from a place of perception to knowledge and understanding that this is just an illusion, right? This is just an illusion. My happiness does not lie here. My happiness lies outside of the illusion. I want to start with what is the Webster definition, dictionary's definition of duality. Duality is an instance of opposition or contrast between two concepts or two aspects of something. So, like the word dual, meaning two, there has to be an opposite, right? There, black, white, dark, light. Yin, yang, masculine, feminine. Literally everywhere you are faced with direct examples of duality within this illusion. Peace cannot exist without war. We say love cannot exist without hate. Up, down, left, right, black, white. All dualities, all opposites of one another. The problem is that we recognize this, but we feed into it. And when we feed into it and we give it extreme weight, we are just giving the illusion even stronger weight. And a big area of that right now is the mass push on feminine and masculine energy and believing that balancing out those energies is the way to enlightenment. When I believe, in fact, that you are even placing weight on the fact of a dualistic concept, you are far from enlightenment. You are 100% in the illusion, because anything that is dualistic is of the illusion. Outside of the illusion, it just is. There is no opposite. It is just pure, eternal, non-dualistic love. There is no opposite. It just is. That's why there is no separation. That is why there is no comparison, because you can only compare through separation. That is why there is no lack. That is why there's only abundance, because there is no duality. It's a non-dualistic awareness. But here, when we sit and we place weight on those concepts, they tend to cause us more pain and suffering and really determine our path and how comfortable or uncomfortable it is here, because we are playing into the dualistic. I just want to share a little bit about my journey with the duality. First, I want to talk a little about history. So if you look at history, duality shows up all the time because we have, let's say, women, right? For so long, women were oppressed and the minority. And when they were oppressed and a minority, they didn't have an education, they weren't working. And now in 2023, women-owned businesses are blowing up. My understanding is that more women graduate from college today than men do. The script is being flipped, as well as I have a friend who really talks about the feminist movement and the hurt and the pain it is causing towards men. So again, the script is flipped. So you will always experience the other side of the coin, waiting for the other shoe to drop. The reason why we're waiting for it is because we know it's going to, because this illusion is that of dualism. My journey in this has been interesting. The more and more I pull myself out of the duality, and I'm working on this a lot because was growing up a person of extreme emotion one way or the other. I was either extremely happy or extremely sad, and it's really trying to find that baseline. Just that consistent, even keel. Otherwise, I'm just constantly playing into the duality of emotions. There's two different sides to the coin on the emotions. But the more I'm working on that, and the more I'm working on seeing truth and seeing through the illusion, it's like things will be going well, real good, what people would say really good, really spectacular, and then all of a sudden something negative happens. And in the past, like I would just go with it. I would be at this high, and then I would be down at this low. And now at times I'm able to see like, okay, makes sense. Things had been high, now they're low, but we're just going to continue on. Don't allow it to impact you, but it's also within that duality. It's not just about not allowing the lows to impact you, but it's also about not allowing the super highs to impact you. Because again, there is no difference between either. The goal is to the neutrality. But when you look at everything around you, history, relationships, the way people look, everything has duality within it. There is an opposite to everything. And that is red flag number one if it's the illusion. The illusion is that of duality. And when you really start to come from the Holy Spirit's belief system, you are able to see what is truth and what is illusion, because you see that in truth, there is no up or down. There is no back or forth. It is just love, pure love. Pure, eternal, non-dualistic love. Flat. I encourage you to really take a look at, where do you see duality? And if you say, oh, Ashley, I don't see duality, I'm going to be like, check again, because it is literally everywhere. Like right now, I'm looking at bananas. Some of my bananas are green, and some of my bananas are yellow, and some of my bananas are dying. There's a whole bunch of duality going on there, because they're opposites of each other. They are the other side of the coin. It's about removing yourself from that, not placing focus on that, not allowing weight within that, but to just see it as it is. See it for the illusion it is, and not allow it to impact you. And not necessarily to expect it either. Like, don't have a bunch of good times happen and then expect, oh, the other shoe's going to drop. Like that. Though the possibility is true, it doesn't mean to sit and expect it. It just means to be. To just allow it to occur, is what it is, and I just is. If you haven't seen that video yet, I just is. And it just is. Truth is non-dualistic. Truth doesn't have a different side to the coin. It just is. I hope this video was helpful for you on just bringing up some key points of duality and how it shows up in our life. Please share areas in life that you're seeing duality, that you can see from history's perspective, from whatever, just share. And as always, I'm so grateful you're a part of this community. Without you, we wouldn't have a community. And remember, you are worth it. Until next time.